Good morning, and yes, I'm back by unpopular demand. So I sent you the email yesterday after looking at the analytics, and I was confused. I wasn't mad at all as I'm trying to work my way through the best delivery of online instruction. I'm trying things, and if I see that something isn't useful or is just adding to clutter, then I'm going to cut that out and go in another direction. But luckily, enough of you got back to me and said that you do find these instructional videos helpful. And so we're going to get back. And also, Anastasia, my director of technology from the class, informed me that because it's coming through Canvas, it may not be compiled up through YouTube Analytics. So we'll go with that, and I'm happy to be back. You're going to get this video and two more today. They'll each be 5 minutes. This one is more going to be concerned about the general idea of this speech. It is called I Have a Problem. And originally, I designed this to be sort of an exercise in critical thinking, in looking at the world at a bigger picture, and then distilling it down to a more narrow focus, but always to have a broad scope of things. But over the years, it's kind of morphed into a more personal sort of an exercise that starts narrow and then gets broad, which is what I call zooming out, and then comes back to being personal. It doesn't have to be this way. From now on, really, I kind of let you do what you want with your speeches. I don't believe in putting up a lot of strict boundaries on you to say, I know some teachers do it, to say, this is how it has to be. I don't really like that. I want you to, we spent these first month here getting an idea of how you put something together, how you arrange your thoughts. But really from here on in, I kind of give you the freedom to arrange it the way that you want it. And I just kind of sit back and go, was that a good speech? Did it offer me something? Did I learn something? Did I feel something? And this is really the essence of what good speaking should be. It should never be about you. Good speeches have to be about the audience, expressed through you. So this is kind of where we get at this point in the class, is you have to realize that it's not about you. Even though you pick the topic and you pick the points and you certainly choose the words, it has to be about what you can offer the audience, right? And so keep this in mind as you spend the time in the thought process of what problem you want to bring forward for discussion. In class, we do an exercise that takes the whole hour and 15 minutes, and I start at one end and we talk about, what's wrong with the world, and then what's wrong with the country, and then what's wrong with the city, and then what's wrong with the educational system, and then we get to, what are some problems with your family, and then what are problems with yourself. And we notice as we go across the spectrum, we start out with really hard, harsh words, like famine and poverty and hunger and oppression and war. And as we migrate towards the more personal, they tend to get a little softer. And as you get to your own problems, it could be things like loneliness or anxiety, depression, worries, things like this. And so I leave it up to you to find your topic, knowing that at some point I want you to start close and then zoom out. This is when you're going to use your statistics and your studies combination to give a broader perspective, and then close it again close to you and offer something to the audience. In the conclusion, we call this a call to action. That is to say, make me care. Send me to a website. Tell me how to get involved. Send me or ask me to do something. And so we'll get to that in the subsequent videos, but it's good to be back.